Ja, wel een stukje. Nee, man. Ja. Hoi, dag meneer. Hallo, Sophie.
Madame Brennan.
Collins, Delta, Flight 91 to Budapest is now boarding through gate number 11. Followed in Delta, Flight 91 to Budapest is now boarding through gate number 11.
Passenger Ariane Sodi, please proceed to gate number 50. Passenger Ariane Sodi.
Please proceed to gate number 20.
Dr. Angela Hayes is with your body in arrival area D.
Foto's machen. Fotos. Ja, dat moet je weten.
Ja.
Hello, Gloria.
Hi, how are you?
Fine, thank you.
Today, on April 25th, 1979, we, the people of the Moluccan Islands, have proclaimed an independent state, and we want to appeal on the international community to respect the human rights in Indonesia. Human rights is constituted in the United Nations Charter. Human rights for East Timor, human rights for the Moluccan people, human rights for people from West Papua and Aceh, Sumatra and Sulawesi. On April 25th, 1950, so 47 years ago, we proclaimed an independent state. But after 3 months, Indonesian military forces invaded our country, just like it did in East Timor. So 47 years of the living oppression and suppression. So we want to make an appeal to the international community and the United Nations and every individual to be concerned about human rights violations in Indonesia. As a symbol, our President, Mrs. Bernard Tamaila, will be tied up. Her mouth will be taped, so she will represent our oppressed people on the Moluccan Islands. Just like East Timor, just like West Papua, just like Aceh, Sumatra. As our people on the Moluccan Islands do not have the opportunity to express the speech, the freedom of speech, we, living in exile before the United Nations, we want to represent the people have to be the right to live according to their own traditional rules. Here you see a delegation, our president is tied up, represented our oppressed people. The Moluccan girls and young ladies at the back representing their own Moluccan brothers and sisters on the Moluccan Islands and East Timor. They do not have the opportunity to speak. They do not have the opportunity to uphold their own traditionals and customary laws. So we are obliged more of our cause. East Timor case, but not with the Moluccan case. But the case is quite similar. Human rights are being violated for so many years. No one dares or no one wants to criticize Indonesia. But 2 weeks ago in Geneva at the United Nations Human Rights Conference, on this special day, our national holiday, April 25th, 1997, I will now give people, please pay attention to our president, our young delegation who is representing the brothers and sisters on the Moluccan Islands, who do not have education, no possibilities, who are in danger of the possibilities to go to school, to have high education. A lot of trans-migrants from Java, from crowded Jakarta, are being moved to the Moluccan Islands, West Papua, Aceh, Sumatra, Sulawesi. Trans-migrants can get better jobs, Trans-migrants can have our own traditional grounds. Soon we will become the minority in our own land. I think that never, ever, an individual will be the minority in his own land. We just want to fight for our own rights. At the Round Table Conference in 1949, the United Nations Commission for Indonesia, the Kingdom of the Netherlands, and the Central Authorities of Indonesia. April 25th, according to the Round Table Conference. The parties at these conferences were the United Nations Commission for Indonesia, the Kingdom of the Netherlands, and the Central Indonesian Authorities. In this agreement, they agreed on the right of self-determination for peoples in Indonesia. The Moluccan people proclaimed the independent state on April 25th, 1950. 3 months after our independence, Indonesia invaded our country as they did in East Timor in 1976. The annexation has never been recognized internationally by the United Nations. On this National Day of Independence, the Moluccan people want to appeal to the United Nations, to the international community, to every individual, to be concerned with the human rights cause of East Timorese people, of Moluccan people, of West Papua people, and of Aceh people. Every individual has the right to live according to its own traditional laws. Every individual has the right to be educated according to its own history, according to its own language. The people of the Moluccas, like the people of East Timor, do not have those opportunities. We want the international community to be concerned with our cause. As you are concerned with your own rights, we are also concerned with our rights. Our president has been tied up. Her mouth is shut, her mouth is taped. Our vice president is backing her up internationally, and we are representing the oppressed people on the Moluccan Islands. Oppressed people on the Moluccan Islands do not have the opportunity to live according to their own traditional laws. The Moluccan people do not have the opportunity to make appeal of the right of self-determination. So we here, as a delegation before the United Nations, we want to make an appeal to you, everybody, every individual, the United Nations and the international community, to be concerned with the rights of oppressed people in Indonesia, East Timor, West Papua, Moluccan Islands, Aceh, Sumatra, and Sulawesi. On this historical day, once again, our president has been tied up, representing our oppressed people, which do not have the freedom to speech, who do not have the freedom to live according to their own traditional laws. And as the United Nations has stated in its own United Nations Charter, the respect for human rights, the maintenance of peace and security. The only thing we want to do as Moluccan people is to appeal to the international community, also to be concerned with our peace, security, and respect for human rights.